If Domino's
If Dom
if Domino's can make a
BBQ Pulled Pork Pizza.
so can we, and we can make it better than them. I'm certain we can make it better than them. Why couldn't we? We're gonna put more love into it. It's so bright. I'm used to these lights, but somehow it's very bright today. I have sensitive eyes. And how could this not be a good thing? And it's especially gooder because we're not going like a 14-hour cook on the pork in the smoker. We're going in the pressure cooker, and I think that's just fine for something like a pizza laden with pulled pork. And then don't forget, you always have the benefit of making sandwiches later, putting it in scrambled eggs. Ooh, God, I love that idea. Whew.
Breakfast tomorrow?
Breakfast tomorrow. Once a week, you should be making this pork, and then use it any way you want, all right? Without further ado, let's get to it. That is almost 4 pounds of pork shoulder, boneless. And you could throw this in the pot, but you want it to cook faster and better and more even. We're gonna cut these into smaller, more manageable pieces. All righty, lads? All righty, Sam. Like this. And then like this. By the way, that's a fantastic knife I'm using. That's because this is our 10.5-inch Kritsuki, AKA the executive knife, AKA the statement, because it makes a statement when you bring it out. So these guys we'll just cut into big ass chunks, and then you'll see what we do. Now we want to season them up. No need for a plate. We're just going to use this cutting surface right here. So a little neutral oil, could be avocado oil, could be canola, could be vegetable. And now I want to season it. So this is my sweet hot rub. The recipe's on the website. There's brown sugar and cumin and chili powder and garlic powder and good stuff like that. By the way, it's also in Sam the Cooking Guy and the Holy Grill. So be generous now. Everybody gets a nice seasoning of this. It's sweet, it's hot. The chipotle chili powder is the hot part. The sweet is the brown sugar in all this. It's a great rub. You could use it for anything. I especially like it on pork and chicken, but you do you. You want to throw a little on your cottage cheese in the morning like I do sometimes? Yes, do that. And when you're all seasoned up, we're gonna go into the pressure cooker because it's on brown. We want to get some color on these guys. And not that the color really makes that big a difference because we're gonna be shredding it up, but when you put it in, you get color that sears it, you get better flavor and stuff. None of this locking in juices bullshit. It's not about that. It's about adding flavor, all right? So now, we're ready for the pressure cooker. One more little zip of oil inside, and the pieces go in, and we're only gonna do a few at a time because too many will just drive the temperature down, and we don't want that. All right, try and get them nicely colored all the way around, take them out, do the remaining pieces. And when they look like this, turn them. Great stuff, great stuff. It's everything you want. All right, the pork is finishing. There's another minute left or whatever. It's all browned up and beautiful. We need liquid in a pressure cooker or it won't work. This is about 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. If you had pork broth, you could use it, but I'm gonna add maybe 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce to this. Let's kind of stay on theme here, shall we? There'll be more barbecue sauce later, but I like the idea of throwing it in with this. This we mix. All righty, let's change this over to cook. And we're there. Okay, so I'm now going to kill the browning setting and go to high pressure time. 45 minutes. Okay, now the rest of the pork goes in like this. That stuff looks beautiful. Couple other things. Add about 3/4 of a yellow white onion. A yellow white onion. Use a yellow or white onion. This is white. I've got 3 fat cloves of garlic that I've just smashed to the side of my knife like that. I'll plunk them in. And that little bit of liquid we made, and in it goes. Our lid goes on, we seal it. Here's what happens. We're set for 45 minutes. I've hit start, it will build pressure. When pressure builds to the right point, the lid will lock and it will start going. At the end of 45 minutes, it will stop and it will release the steam by itself. There are situations where you can force the steam to come out. That's called manual release. We're gonna let it be natural release. And that'll take a few minutes, and then when that's over, this is ready. But I'll be back before then. We got some vegetables to cook a little bit and pizza dough to roll out, and then we're gonna be happy campers. All right, the steam is releasing. We're getting close, so now it's time to make a little sauce. And I'm gonna begin with store-bought barbecue sauce. We don't need too much, just for the top of the, you're gonna paint it on a little bit. All right, we do that. Could do that by itself, Or you could do what I'm gonna do. Add just 2 simple things. I don't know what Domino's does, but this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of hot honey and about 1 tablespoon or so of bourbon. Just for some fun, Max, just for some fun.
I like fun.
I do too. And we'll mix. Oh, I sure can smell it. And we will taste. Don't mind if I put a little bit more bourbon in. I want to taste it. It got a little lost in there, and I don't want it to be lost. By the time you add into the whole mix of pizza crust and cheese and pork and the vegetables that I'm about to cook, you want the bourbon to stand out just a little bit. Right, it's gonna be great. Okay, stay there, vegetable time, stay there, stay there. That's a burner, that's a pan, this is a little oil, and this is, I don't know, some red pepper, some yellow pepper, and some red onion, which is what they put on this pizza of theirs. You don't need a ton, it's about 1.5 ounces of each. And this, we just want to start to wilt up a little bit. It'll help it get where we want it in the oven, but also, vegetables are inherently watery. And if we cook them first a little bit, you won't get as much water coming out in them in the oven. So we give this about 3 minutes. And we're there. Kill the heat, take them out of the pan. These are ready to go. It's time to roll out the dough. Well, it's been 45 minutes of pressure cooking. It's released itself, as evidenced by the fact I can spin this. And we're ready to open. Shall we look? 1, 2, 3. Ow! Got the water on me. Shit, it hurt. A little anticlimactic. But see that color? That's what this is about. And here's one of my favorite things to do at this juncture. I like to pick up a piece with my tongs and do this. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why 45 minutes in the pressure cooker is magical. Let's take some out, shall we? And we'll put a couple pieces on here. Oh, and a little onion wouldn't be bad, and maybe a little garlic wouldn't be bad. Look at, you see the garlic? Did you see that? Wait, let me do it again, if I have one. One of my favorite parts of this. Garlic, 1, 2, that is why you do this. So just break it up a little bit. Onion too. You only need enough for one pizza. Crazy not to just have a little taste while you're here. I mean, am I right, Max?
You're right.
Thank you.
Good.
Yummo, as Rachel Ray would say. Why do I do that? All right, this is good. Put it off to the side. Get the dough, we roll it, we build it, we bake it, we bring it out, we look at it, we eat it, we go. You go. But we go happy with pizza and stuff in our... All right, enough. All right, that there is 1/2 pound, about 8 ounces of pizza dough in a ball. So we do this. Obviously, we have to roll it out, so we will. Oh boy, little dough, that's still a little bit cold, but that's all right. When it's room temp, the glutens are more relaxed and they stretch easier. This is gonna be a bit of a fight, and you know I'm just not good with dough. I'm really not. I should take a class. And I follow enough people that do pizza that I should have picked up something. Anyway, my goal here is about a 12-inch circle, he said, hoping he could make it a circle of dough.
Those are not relaxed. They're snapping back.
You can see it's really not wanting to cooperate. I think the pizza business uses something called a sheeter. You put a ball of dough in and it comes out nice. I don't own a sheeter. I'm dealing with shitties, not sheeters. It's sort of getting there. Then you see what happens. It sort of snaps back. So here's the plan. I'm pretty good. I mean, yes, I would like it to be better, a little more round, but we're okay. So I'm gonna take my pizza peel, just throw a little flour on it. I'm gonna par bake this. And that means it's gonna go in to the oven for, I don't know, like 2 minutes. My oven is at 500 degrees and I have my pizza stone in there. So we'll stretch this guy out as nicely round as we can. I'm all right with this. And he moves, okay? I'll be back in 2.5 minutes. Okay, so after 2 minutes, here's what you've got. Now just do this. Great, okay. No color, par baked. Now we can crack on with everything else. And first up will be our sauce. And you remember our sauce, right? The bourbon and the hot honey. You can start with store-bought ingredients, ladies and gentlemen, and just add. And that's exactly what we did. And now I'm smelling the bourbon. That's what I wanted. Alcohol won't be an issue in this by the time we're done and the thing's cooked. But if you don't smell a little bit of it at this point, you're really not gonna taste it by the time the whole shooting match is over. Shooting match.
You've never been in a shooting match.
I don't want to be in a shooting match. I don't even know what it is, but I don't like the idea of it. Okay, not too heavy with this part. Okay, now our cheese. You could go with anything. I've chosen to go with a little mozzarella. I assume that that's what Domino's uses. I don't know. And really, we're just taking a hint from Domino's and now we're making our own pizza. Because I'm pretty certain there's not bourbon in theirs. It's a little bit more round than normal, but not too much. And I do believe that's the hallmark of a Sam the Cooking Guy pizza. It's inherently f***ed up somehow. Okay, time for the puerco and the onion. And now this part is just gonna be like this. I'm just gonna shred up some bits and drop them on top. You know, you're getting fatty bits too, so you wanna just not put too much of straight fatty pork on top of a pizza. Look, the fat is delicious and makes everything better. Okay, we've done a version like this before that had Hawaiian, that was a Hawaiian inspired one. It had pineapple on it.
And it was grilled.
And it was grilled. Thank you, Max. Look, I used to be a pineapple on a pizza hater, and I'm not anymore. I do think if you have other things on there to counteract the sweetness, you're in good shape. By the way, Hawaiian pizza was invented by a Greek Canadian in the 80s. That's true. I think it was the 80s.
That guy was really the first person to ever put pineapple
Yes,
on a
he
pizza?
was. He was the first. It's been documented by Ripley's,
I don't know if I
by the
believe it.
Guinness Book. And if you got some of this onion, hey, fling on the onion, because that's why you put it in the pot. Don't leave the flavor in the pot. Just do this. And I know there's other onion coming, but this stuff here, this is gold. Now remember these things? I made too much. I knew I was gonna make too much. But you know, maybe I make a second pizza. Okay, that's good. One last little thing. And I have a little crushed garlic here that I thought a little bit of this might be nice. I'm telling you already, this is already better than the Domino's pizza. And I've never even had that one. And that's good. Uh-oh, that's a problem. There we go. It has to be able to float freely so it can come off. And now, how about just a little bit more of the sauce? Oh, there you go. As they might say at Domino's, that's all she wrote. Let's get her in the oven. 5, 6, 7 minutes till it looks beautiful, and we bring her out. And after 6 minutes in the oven, there we are. Oh, come on, man. Why you gotta be a slob like that? Oh, there. It smells fantastic. It really does. Look at a little clump of garlic. That's gonna be a good bite. And, oh, let me see. Nice.
That's a weird way to do it.
And beautiful. Look at that. Who doesn't want to eat that? Well, what piece would you take? Because I know which one I will take, and it will be this one. Oh, I love the way it looks. I love the way it smells from here. And I think I'm going to love the way it eats. I'm telling you right now, the onion that cooked in the pot, that's the important part of this. The whole thing's the important part. The bourbon is just the faintest little undertone, but really delicious. Tiny bit of heat from the hot honey, but damn. You know, California Pizza Kitchen, if you live anywhere where they had one, used to make this barbecue chicken pizza. This kicks the snot out of that one. That's a terrible expression. So good, so good. And if you don't want to make your own pulled pork, even in a pressure cooker, you can buy it these days. Go to your favorite barbecue place or the supermarket has stuff. Is it going to be great? No, but when you do all this to it, could you make it greater? 100%. Cheers, or whatever you would say when eating pizza. See ya.